Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis and probably the worst NFL picks in the history of everything.
Y'all's speak is so bad that I won.
Yeah, I know. I'm your host, JC, your resident Titans fan, just happy that they didn't lose last week. Joining me, we got...
This is Nori. I'm going to petition to the NFL, since everybody else wants to make believe rules, if we just play Washington 16 times a year.
And you'd still lose 8.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We haven't lost to them forever, but go on.
I mean, if you play them 16 times in a row.
Hey, chicken wing, your shit talk has to make sense.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Rob, what's up? Lions fan, and yeah, that's about it. We're not going to say the other team. Because they're acting like the Bucks that wear the creamsicle jerseys.
Yeah, where did those go, dude? Anyway, DJ here, Cowboys fan. But seriously, where did the creamsicle jerseys go? Like, when are they coming back? Because, I mean...
I think they burned them.
If you're not going to win games, the least you can do is entertain us by the way you look. Seriously.
Nope.
It would definitely make our
God,
lives easier.
they brought back that logo too.
It's like hot and attractive too. Like it's like the pirates trying to seduce you for the.
It's the ginger.
Like, I feel him just looking in your eyes.
Jesus Christ.
He's very cavalier.
Yeah.
He's yeah, definitely out there.
Like I look into their eyes and I just question myself. I'm like, I like women, right? I'm not sure.
All right, just waiting on Phil's introduction here.
Oh, hey, yeah, this is Phil. Sorry. I think I should have saw that one coming. Jaguar fan, very happy after last week's win. I'm feeling very, very good about our chances this year.
All right.
Okay.
Confidence. I like it. Confidence.
So if this is not news, San Antonio was up 43-30 after the first quarter.
The Wemby era has begun, people. I'm watching.
You're damn right it has.
Yes.
Spurs have not put up 40 points in the
Absolutely.
first half in forever. They just put 43 in the first quarter.
That's
Yeah.
It's been years. It's been years.
NBA rules for allowing more points to be scored, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, so far so good. Wemby recorded a block before he recorded a point, and Spurs fans loved it. So yeah.
First point was a 3. What?
Yep. Might go to the game Friday. Trying to see. So, teacher appreciation night, So. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. As mentioned, we had probably the worst week in the history of the Sports Minorities Podcast as far as how our picks went. That was horrible. And it was funny. We were so confident there wasn't going to be a lot of upsets last week when we were talking about the podcast. Definitely wrong on that one. So lots to talk about with that. But we'll start. The World Series is set. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Texas Rangers. And if you said this was going to be the World Series before the season started, you're full of shit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So,
Fucking liar.
and if I'm not mistaken, since the wild card expanded the playoffs expanded to 6 teams on both leagues, this is the first time a 6 seed has gone to the World Series. I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I want to make sure that this is actually recorded. Okay.
What?
Thank you, Ted Cruz.
Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah, guaranteeing that a wild card team will win a championship this season too as well. But yes, my friends have been wondering, so many, what do you got to say with Astros, this and that? Again, I said it already. Nori said it for me. I blame Ted Cruz. Why the fuck did that asshole have to go to the game?
So for context, so people don't really follow the Astros. Every single home game that Ted Cruz attended this year, the Astros lost. So Astros fans petitioned and begged him not to come. And he goes, I'm coming.
They need to just outright ban him. Like, put a trespass order on him. Like, you are not allowed to set foot in Minute Maid Park. Like, ever. Straight up. That just needs to happen.
Dope. Do it.
I would love it.
And
So,
for those of you under the rock, we are talking about Senator Ted Cruz.
yes.
Yes.
Same guy that decided to vacation while his whole state was freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a
That guy,
politician who
Exactly.
campaigns, if you like your whole job is to campaign on people liking you, when they decide you're like a bad luck charm and ask you not to come,
Yeah.
He's already
Probably
given
should.
up
People
He's
in
given up
Houston
on the
don't
major
like
cities.
Ted Cruz.
Probably
Yeah.
just
because
go.
it's not the major cities. It's all the small towns that's why the state remains red. Just
Yeah.
factually, like so he doesn't give a shit about it.
That's
dude
why
just
Arlington
inserts
likes him. Rich
himself.
white people. So, you know.
I've
Yeah.
never seen like so many unforced errors in politics as I have with Ted Cruz. He's like a walking
Right.
unforced error.
I mean that's
I don't know. There are some
Can't top that.
really bad politicians.
I really can't talk.
But he brings it on himself. He's like, you know who really pissed me off this week is Sesame Street. Like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, dude. What are you doing? You're like,
You know, I hate people that are happy. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off, dude. Just,
Yeah.
I hate people, but I need y'all to vote for me.
Yeah.
yeah, he'll say that
Yeah,
stuff. And
exactly.
then,
As soon as it's time for the ballot, hey guys, come vote for me, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
this will be great,
This
please.
guy
He's like,
said
I
all
hate
this
all
shit
of
about
you.
my wife and family, but he's
Yeah.
still good for the presidency.
I hate all of you in your existence, but please make sure you vote for me.
Yeah.
And people do it.
Kiss my ass, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And they still do
He
it.
needs
Because
to
the
be
one and
banned
only
from-
time.
He needs to be
Yeah.
banned from every Astros game. Definitely don't want him there for the Spurs game. I'm not really too worried about him when the Titans or Avalanche are playing because I don't think he cares. But still, yeah. Anyway, yes, Astros. Another weird series. I think the only time ever that a road team has won every game in a series. The Astros have been a part of the losing end of it. So, but, yeah, it is what it is. Dusty Baker announced today he is retiring, and congrats to him on a remarkable career. So, the man's.
Oh, your coach retired?
Yep. He just announced.
Oh, that's pretty big.
He
Yep.
had said before the season this was probably going to be his last one, no matter what. So, and he just confirmed that he's retired. Dusty Baker, legendary career, is retiring. So, so that'll be something that the Stros have to address in the offseason, finding a new manager. Have a few free agents. Obviously, Martin Maldonado is the one, and Michael Brantley, who I hope we re-sign. He's the one we definitely need to re-sign because dude's just a consistent hitter. So, but
They have to find a new coach who's good at cheating now.
shut
Yeah.
the hell up. I hope they just go and get AJ.
I was waiting for
you
it.
know. So yeah,
Oh, yeah. Jason knows. Jason knows.
get over it.
Hey, do you think it was the Texans' idea to lose the season ender just so that the Astros got home field?
The Rangers, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Possible. No.
Aren't they better on the road this year?
What?
The Astros were. So
Oh, I thought the
The
Rangers
Astros
were on the
were,
road
yeah.
this year.
no,
Astros are terrible at home.
Oh, well.
it's just I don't know. It's been that way the past couple
Well,
of years.
Ted Cruz is showing up.
Yeah, exactly, because Ted Cruz is there. That's why. Fucking asshole. So
Yeah.
I thought maybe having Kate Upton in the stands would balance it out, but yeah, it's difficult. So
Well,
you know, so she'll be there next year. It's all good. So still. For anyone saying, "Oh, remarkable run," the run ain't over yet. Still the golden age of Astros baseball. So 7 straight years in the LCS, and I have no doubt they'll get back there again next year.
The last 2 times the Rangers got to the World Series, they pulled the 49ers. So I hope this time they can actually win.
No, I expect them to choke again, and I'm
Oh.
picking the D-backs. I think the Diamondbacks will win it in 7. They're just watching them play. It's just fun. Like they just
Like in the season, I never would have picked them, but in the playoffs, I don't know
yeah.
how you're going to beat that team. I
You know,
really don't.
it's crazy because the last
They ran
weekend
over
of the
everybody.
season, the Astros swept the Diamondbacks 3-0. And it was starting to look like it was going to be Astros Diamondbacks. That would have been crazy. Last
But
series of the regular season. And then,
But their playoff run, bro, looks like
oh, I know.
the teams they've beaten. Like I don't know who beats the team.
I did not expect them to beat Philly in a game 7. Bryce Harper looked like focused trying to get his first title. And
He's only one guy though, bro. You know,
yeah, I know. But I thought that team was going to just really fire up. And man, the Diamondbacks, they're fun to watch. I'm rooting for them. I know, Nori, you still have a bad taste in your mouth about 2001, but that's the interesting thing. The Diamondbacks have won every World Series they've been to, just one, and the Rangers have lost every World Series they've been to.
it's
So,
true. Yeah,
yep.
that's true.
So,
History is not on their side.
No.
But then again, in our lifetime, we've seen the Saints win a title. We've seen the fucking Cubs win.
We've seen the Cubs.
We've seen the Nuggets
We've
win
seen
a
some
title,
crazy
guys.
shit.
Jesus.
We've seen the Nuggets.
Yeah. So,
The Lakers' father. So yeah.
Well, who do you guys have winning the World Series?
Oh, I have the Diamondbacks, unfortunately.
Okay. What about you, Rob?
I'm cheering for the Rangers just because I don't have any other teams
No,
to cheer
not
for.
who you're cheering for. Who do you think will win?
Oh, Diamondbacks.
I'm cheering. Yeah, so I'm saying I'm cheering for that.
I'm not going to cheer for the Diamondbacks because they're in his division with his Dodgers. That's why. So.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm cheering for Texas to win. I just don't think they will.
Yeah.
Phil, what about you?
I'm hoping the Rangers will surprise us.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not.
Okay, but
Well, they're my pick. That's my pick.
Okay.
JC, you're like pro Texas with everything. How would you?
I'm not okay.
Not happen.
For all those Rangers fans saying, "Oh, it's Texas, Astros got cheer." Fuck you. No, we don't. It's like asking a Dodgers fan to cheer for the Giants
For the
World
Angels?
Series. Or the Angels. Yeah,
No,
Rob,
it's
if
not.
the Giants
I
are
just-
the World Series, are you going to cheer for them to win?
no, screw them.
No, it's not the same. It is not the same because at the end of the day, it's still that same. They're not in the same conference. It's not in the same division.
Giants and Dodgers, though.
Giants and Dodgers division rival is different.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's
Rangers
no
are
way.
division rival. With all the bad blood this season, you really think I'm going to cheer for the Rangers to win a World
Is
Series?
the Astros and Rangers in the same division? Yes or no?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Where have you been?
Apparently not on Earth.
Evidently.
Ever since the Astros moved to the American
Oh,
League,
the
they've been in
Astros
the-
moved the
Yeah,
years ago.
yes.
They moved the
They're
years
here.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a retard then. Then yeah, no, I see why. I retract my statement. I retract the last 12 seconds. Just delete it.
It's like asking you to cheer for the Red Sox
The
or the
Jets.
Mets to win the World Series.
Relax with that blasphemy. Relax.
You son of a bitch.
Relax. I would
Just
cheer
saying.
for. If I had a choice between the Red Sox and Israeli missiles, guess who I'm picking? Relax yourself.
Oh my god.
Relax.
DJ, who you got in the World
We're getting canceled. I have us not getting canceled.
Okay.
Well, I can say this. I haven't really been following baseball, so unlike Mike, I'm not going to pretend like I have been paying attention and know what's going on. So I'm going
he's
to
actually going to stop.
because I'm
He'll
going to
pick the home
respectfully
team.
bow out because I quickly have not been paying attention. I mean, I'll say this. It would be nice if the Rangers would get there and actually win versus
No, it
choking like they did the past few times
No,
they were
they
there.
won't choke.
That'd be cool.
No.
But we'll see. We'll see if JC's happy.
Bitterness
If he's
there.
happy, then we know what happened. If he's not happy, then we know. The Rangers
just-
finally didn't choke.
Come
FYI, my dad's already bought ticket. I don't know which game he's going to, but he's going to the game on November 1st in Arizona for a World Series game. His first ever World Series game. So
That's kind of dope.
super
Oh, wow.
excited for that. Yeah. So
But isn't your dad in Arizona?
he lives in Phoenix. Yeah.
That's right.
So
I remember
he,
yeah.
He's in town briefly because he's coming for Halloween, but then they're flying back November 1st that morning, and he's going to the game that night. He bought the tickets because they put them on sale before the Game 7, just in case. Obviously, if they didn't make it, they'd refund the money, but he bought his tickets before Game 7, and lo and behold, they won. So
No,
he's-
that's okay for dad. Dad dip out early because they had 11 kids when I'm going to the World Series. That is
Yeah.
completely explainable.
he's had season tickets to the Diamondbacks before, and took me to when the All-Star game was in Phoenix. Got to see it there. So, which is pretty awesome. Seeing the All-Star game, seeing the home run derby is a pretty amazing experience. So.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, let's from that, let's talk about how bad we did in week 7, guys. You ready?
Oh my god.
Can we not? Can we just
I'm
give it a
not.
number and then
Go
move
ahead.
on to our picks
Yeah.
for this week?
I'll
'Cause
try and skip
this is
over.
pretty
here.
bad.
Let's see.
Like-
Phil, Nori, and Rob. Good job. 5 and 8.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like two midgets fighting over who's taller.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And
That's right.
DJ and Chicken Wing are
I get
halfway
the
down here
Special
with me
Olympics
at
gold
4
this
and 9.
week.
Yeah. So this was
Yeah,
what
trash.
the hell happened.
Trash.
Week. I mean, I really wish I would have stopped after Thursday. We're all 1-0. Could have just stopped right there, but no. Sunday had to happen, right? So
Yep.
yep. So overall,
Well, bro, we didn't
Phil-
get Monday right. We didn't get Monday right.
I know.
The bleeding didn't stop.
Yeah, I wish Chicken Wing
No,
was here
well,
we'd
no,
ask
because
what
the-
happened. So yeah, but
Oh, don't
Yeah.
worry. There's still plenty of time. When he's here next week, we'll go right back and ask him what the fuck happened with his
Yeah,
team.
especially if they
We'll
lose.
just congratulate him, tell him, hey, congrats on the new job, but what happened to San Fran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they lose next week?
I mean, they are playing Cincinnati.
Well, I
Well,
think
shit.
they're going to
When
lose
Sam
next week.
Darnold is fucking starting
Sam
quarterback.
Johnson, their starting quarterback. That's right, I forgot.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Phil is still in the lead with 65 correct picks. Nori has 64. DJ and Chicken Wing at 58. Rob 56, and I'm at 55.
I was going to talk shit and say I'm coming for you, Phil, but at the rate I'm fucking going to 5-8, I don't think it's happening. So.
To be fair, Phil
Yeah.
5 and 8 too.
I can't
Wasn't my-
even do that. I can't even do that.
Wasn't
Top.
I got
Nope.
the tiebreaker. That's right, guys.
Good tiebreaker for the week. So Rob, you're gonna go first here. Now you can only pick one, maybe two. Pick that you regret. I know there's a lot of them, and anything that surprised you. In
Picks
weeks.
that I regret. Okay.
All of the above. For 18, Alex.
All of the NFC East, and
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
good start.
what the hell? Like the Giants just decided, hey, we're gonna show up today because Washington
I'll
and
explain
Washington's
that in a minute.
terrible.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a bit.
And
Oh my god.
then Philly just decided, oh, we're gonna be better than Miami this week and not throw interceptions. And I don't know, like I just can't figure out anything anymore. That's it. I'm done.
All right, Phil.
Done with all of this.
Yeah, that one was that was a brutal week. There's a one pick though that kind of bothered me about it is I knew I should have picked the Steelers. I knew I should have picked the Steelers over the Rams. Steelers have been looking pretty sharp, and
So the
Rams not so much.
Rams not.
too.
On that one, I think we all drank the whole Matt Canada sucks thing. He's but it's the Rams. So
And they're still winning. What a bad offense. They're still winning.
They're
I don't
so
understand
bad.
the
They're
feeling.
6-2.
Oh, God. 4-2. I can't understand
4-2.
how.
The only reason they're not 5
4-2
and 2 is they had a bye week. That's why they're not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So,
I truly can't understand the Steelers picks right now. Like
I don't know.
Phil, any surprises on the week?
Yeah, there's a couple. I'd say. Wait,
Yeah.
where we gonna go? Which one shouldn't I say that? The Lions, the Commanders, the Bills.
Wait, can I take mine back? I regret the Atlanta pick because Nori picked against them.
Yeah.
God,
Phil, is that why you picked Atlanta? Because Nori picked against them? Is that what it was?
Oh, why I pick Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh
you-
no, I think Atlanta's a strong team.
Yeah.
And I also picked the Buccaneers to have the worst season this year, and they haven't been getting there, but they did.
They're getting
I did call it
close.
on this one.
Mhm.
they're getting closer.
That's okay.
I just need
That's
Arizona
okay.
to pick up
Don't
one more win.
worry.
All right. Let's see here. Nori. Have at it, sir.
Yeah, so my biggest regret, actually, I have two, but my biggest one is actually Philly, and I'll say that because I wasn't thinking much. Yeah, it's easy to drink the Kool-Aid of Miami, but who have they beaten? It was like really, really good this year. I know you're only
Exactly.
as good as a schedule, so like, Philly was just in the Super Bowl, and we're saying the opposite was that was Philly beating us great this year. It was Miami's beating us great this year, so it was kind of clash of the Titans, but really, Philly's the one who's been there and done that, and Miami, I don't think made the playoffs last year.
No, I picked Philly. Did anyone else pick Philly?
No, you
No,
didn't.
you're the only one.
No, you're the only one.
No, you're the only one.
You're the only one
God
to pick
damn it.
Atlanta, and you're the only one to pick Philly.
I should have picked them. There's some things you can go with your gut, and there's some things you just gotta let logic rule out, right? And then this brings me to that next pick. My gut told me pick the Giants, because they've beaten them the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 times straight. But I thinking, okay, well maybe that's just the Daniel Jones thing, but no, the team just turns up when they play Washington for whatever reason. I don't know if it's Ron Rivera. I don't know if it's the fucking colors. I don't know what it is. But
It's probably
just,
the color. It's red, white, and
I don't
green
know.
versus the communist red. So you know.
I don't know what it is, man. But we just beat them. We just beat them, and then came on having like now he's like tied for fifth in the NFL with sacks. Like, we're having a fucking game. We look great against Washington. I really should have stuck. Because JC has some weird superstitions sometimes. They just work out for him. Like, this team is like 20-6 in London on November 3rd, and then they fucking like just like, no, JC, you're stupid. Shut up. And then the next week he's the only one with the right pick, and then he's all smug.
Because you can't win in Jacksonville, right?
Like that kind of weird shit. And I should have just like, you know what? Until Washington actually beats New York, I'm gonna keep picking New York. And I should have done that. So I greatly regret that because I would have been up on Phil. So I'm sad face.
Speaking of which, Phil, you were the only one to pick Indy as well, by the way.
And not a regret. Those are my two regret ones. My biggest surprise one, easily, is how washed the Lions got.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Holy God. Did not expect that.
Yeah,
that was my surprise too.
Maybe if they won by 3 or won by 7, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But they got beat like they had no business playing them. That was crazy.
Yeah, thank God this is in college. That would take you out of the national championship running.
Absolutely.
DJ, your thoughts on week 7?
Yeah. So, first of all, can I get a mulligan? Is that an option? There's
Nope.
Oh, sorry, wrong game.
Yeah. So, surprise is definitely how badly the Lions looked against the Ravens. Not necessarily how good the Ravens look, because they can turn up, and I know that. But 6 points, you've got a top scoring offense, and you manage 6 points in an entire game, which is insane to me. So easily the biggest surprise. My regret, I'm going to go with Nori. It was Philly and Miami, and it's simply because Miami has shown us that they can dominate our offense and put up a lot of points, but they did that against the Chargers, losing record. The Patriots, losing record. The Broncos, losing record.
Yep.
And the Panthers, losing records. When they played against teams that actually can give them competition, that are actually good teams, they lost. So you got the Bills lost, and then you got the Philadelphia Eagles lost. So it should have been something that I should have gone with Philly simply because of that, and also Philly was at home. Philly plays well at home. They played well at home for a long time.
But hold up, how did the Patriots go from being so bad for 2 weeks to 38 above?
Yes,
I don't understand.
I was going to address that one too. I guess I'm going to go. The Patriots, dude, but it's a division team or something. They just show up, and
that's what I thought it was, and that's the reason why I didn't say that. It's just because Belichick sees them twice a year, so he at least can. A lot of what they saw last year, we were seeing again this year. So Belichick is okay. Well, I can just adjust the game plan that I already have for them, as opposed to every other team they've played not in the division. Go with God, I guess.
And
it didn't work. So
what else it was, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't realize this. It was Mike Vrabel was at the game because he was inducted to the Patriots Hall of Fame. So that's probably why they showed up and won. So I should have picked New England knowing that. But yeah, I do. I'm just kind of mad at myself not thinking back on the history between the Giants and the Redskins, Commanders. Well, they may be the Redskins again, right? Like you said, it's the colors, it's the history, something with division rivals, something where just for whatever reason Washington always has a trend like that where they just consistently lose to a team no matter what.
Washington could beat Dallas. Right, Dallas cannot lose to the Giants, and the Giants can't beat Dallas, but the Giants just are the property owner of Washington. I don't understand. I'm really tired of this triangle.
It's a weird Dallas-Washington thing. If one of those teams is really good and the other one's really bad, whoever the bad team is going to win between Dallas and Washington.
Yep.
Happy to
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's generally how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm definitely, and I've been saying that Pittsburgh was going to be playing spoiler, and I still regret that I didn't pick them to beat the Rams. So
you did say that.
Yeah. So, biggest surprise though, San Francisco losing to Kirk Cousins in primetime.
Primetime.
What the fuck?
The hell is going on? It looks like their Super Bowl was 2 weeks ago when they beat Dallas.
There's clearly a lot of surprises this week because the best we did was 5-8. So there's clearly a lot of surprises.
So
surprises
Lord. Crazy. So, well, that's our thoughts on week 7. There could be a lot to overreact to, but I'll just start with this one. If Washington doesn't make the playoffs or even sniff the playoffs, Ron Rivera will be out as head coach next year.
I see that.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I think he'd be gone. I mean, he's been given opportunities, of course, but then they brought in piece after piece after piece. You go get Eric Bieniemy, etc., and yet you're still not getting us in the playoffs. I really think they would move on from him to try to bring in the head coaching as the next piece.
Or why not
elevate?
I don't know who they would get.
But do they have
why not?
promote
Why not
Bieniemy into
elevate?
head coach?
Yeah, BNB.
Yeah. So.
Well, there's a reason nobody wants to
That actually makes more
give a chance. Apparently, he interviews well. He's not liked by players. Like, Kansas City was really happy to let him go. So, yeah, he's not a popular guy. And he's interviewed so many times. That's why originally people were saying, oh, it's racist that I'm hiring him. But then when they tried again the last 2 years, nobody's now echoing that statement anymore because apparently he's just, like, really, really disliked.
Yeah.
And also, Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator for a team that's given up 40 sacks to force him out. 40 sacks. He's gonna die. Like,
he may not make it through the season.
Like, literally.
Yeah, he may not even make it.
You know what? The Chiefs are happy to let him go because they found out Travis Kelce was dating Taylor Swift. It's like, oh, we're gonna win games now. That's what happened. So,
JC, are you saying this is staged? Are you saying this was planned?
Well, yeah.
Are you saying this was staged?
Scripted?
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? Are you? What the fuck? I thought I was the only one thinking that, but anyway, go on.
Yeah. Let's see here. I just quickly wanted to discuss the Cleveland and Indianapolis finish.
Oh my God!
Do we have to?
Go ahead. You say what you have to say.
I picked the Browns to win, so I'm glad they cheated to win.
I'm
glad.
I picked it.
But I don't know if you guys saw this. The NFL admitted to the Colts owner that they made mistakes at the end.
Yeah, that doesn't change the win column.
Yeah, but apparently he's not supposed to reveal that publicly, but he did. So yeah.
Why aren't the refs ever paying fines? Like when the players make a mistake,
accountability.
They get a technical, they get a flag, they get accountable, they get suspended. You know, when somebody puts something that's like, you know, I don't know, they have a new diet and they put a pill in or an ingredient in food and they're suspended for months. That's cool. That's just normal. But refs make game-breaking calls, and it's like, we're sorry. Like that oil spill, like that South Park where they're making fun of that oil, the oil spill, and the guy's just saying like he's sorry for like multiple angles because all he does is apologize. So it's like it's the same thing. There's no accountability, zero. And if they started showing the public accountability, like, hey, this ref is fired or this ref is now suspended, like if they started ever showing the accountability, then the fans would be happier. But like when you always make the what am I looking for? When you create an image that the refs are untouchable, it's like the cop debate all over again, and people are trying to get away from that shit. They're trying to have fun, and the refs should not have this much power with no accountability.
You know, should that be written in that? I mean, I think the NBA does that, right? They grade refs on calls that they make and stuff like that. I mean, they publicly release like the last 2-minute reports. You know, refs are graded, and that affects whether or not they get playoff series. Baseball obviously needs to do more of that because how the fuck does Angel Hernandez still have a job? But the NFL should do it, but I feel like they're afraid to piss off refs or have them have another collective bargaining issue because you're going to get replacement refs again. And we know how that turned out. So, on some level,
keep in mind though, NFL refs are not full-time employees. Like the NFL literally has only people that are not full-time.
But maybe that's an issue, right?
Like, it's a multi-billion.
But how do you make a ref? How do you make an official who works 2 hours a full-time employee?
Well, it's really 3 hours when you think about it. So
3 hours.
Yeah.
And they don't play, and they don't go to every single game. They don't work every single week. Like, how do you make an NFL official who works 3 hours at a time full-time employee?
I mean, they do. How does Bruce Buffer do it? Where he goes out there like monthly for 30
Bruce
seconds.
Buffer does it through
combined.
endorsements, though. He's endorsed by how many different companies now? He literally doesn't have to do a single actual event. It's more just his brand now. Like,
here's an easy solve, Rob. They don't need to be full time and get benefits and that whatever. Hey, refs, we're gonna get you all together. Who's your leader? All right, cool. Let's talk to the union leader. We're gonna double the ref salary. Hey, thanks. That's great. That's gonna come with a caveat. They're being graded.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved. Don't tell me you can't double whatever they're making because there's a
because
industry.
if the highest performing ones
Yeah,
have bonuses for working playoff games and stuff like that.
Because it's hard. It's a hard ass job, and millions of people are judging you immediately, and they expect human perfection. We're not perfect, but the thing is, put things in place that helps the refs be human. Like put a replay system in. Oh, you know what? Hey, oops, I missed it. I see from the angle now. I fucked up. Sorry about that. So like, stop with the stupid. Oh, we can't call a challenge within 2 minutes. Why? Why not? The NBA has it perfect. The NBA
Exactly.
It also puts them in a position that looks like maybe they got bought. That's another thing too. Just the way it's set up. They're not employees.
And yeah,
that's the point. Yeah.
I haven't seen this much ref interference to cost someone a game since the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. So the Browns won. Congrats. Quite frankly, you shouldn't have.
But they did it the week before with the
Terrible
Giants and the Bills. They called pass interference once, and they admitted they were afraid to call it again. What do you mean you're afraid to do your job?
If you see it, there, call it.
You're afraid of what?
Yeah. So
Exactly.
That is a fundamental NFL issue. That's not a player issue. That's not anybody else.
That's insane.
That is an NFL issue that their refs feel like they can't do their job. Like what the bookies would have been at you? Who exactly are you afraid of?
I mean, have you seen what happens to refs that make bad calls in like World Cup games and like the international soccer stuff?
Well,
like, literally
around the world. We're talking about like the biggest world tournament.
Right.
So,
but like, it'll happen to the same referees that try to get on a public plane. They're gonna get on playing with angry fans that saw them make the bad call. Now what?
But it happens already, bro. They make the right call now and they piss off the home base, but they're making.
So
the right
what
call.
if not? What if they just make the refs just anonymous? Have them wear masks the entire time. They don't know who actually made the call.
Dude,
but then they're going to make bad calls and not have to be held accountable.
Listen, if you got a bunch of refs walking around like Squid Games, I'm good with it. Just make the right call. I don't care. You have the ref.
Completely agree.
Look, I don't need that.
They get documented for the bad call. Like but there's no way to hold them accountable.
What does that do?
It means they don't get picked if they don't get picked for playoff games.
When there's a challenge or a replay in the NFL, basically the referee on the field is the one that makes the call about if it needs to be overturned, right? So when they did that 1 year of pass interference calls are challengeable, of course that ref is gonna they fought it tooth and nail, but they didn't turn over a single one.
The Vikings? Wasn't the Vikings and Saints right with the pass interference in the playoffs?
Exactly.
That fans.
Oh my God! Yes.
So they instituted it for the following year. The refs did not like that. They felt that should be a judgment call that shouldn't be reviewable. So anytime it was reviewed in this season, it was almost like they colluded to not turn over any calls, no matter what.
How many calls actually got turned over?
0. Not a single one. Not a single one did.
Nope.
Or even if it challenged that it was there when it wasn't, they still, that sort of thing. The difference between the NFL and the college game goes to a central location. Like they're in communication with, like New York or whoever the conference office is,
right?
And they make the decision. Well, here's what the correct call should be, and they relay that. That's what the NFL needs to do. That's what the NBA does. That's what the NHL does.
So
baseball,
crazy.
The NFL leaves it in the hands of the referees on the field. So,
I got a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Since it's kind of the mid-season kind of, we're discussing a lot of different sports today. Which sport is the first to replace the refs with AI?
NBA.
Soccer.
NBA.
Soccer is already halfway there.
The NBA.
Soccer is already halfway there.
What do you mean? How?
They do VFR. VFR is
the VAR.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But I mean, you still have a linesman on the field and stuff. I mean,
you have a linesman, but the VAR activates automatically. It's based on camera.
The first one that'll be completely robotic will be tennis.
Ooh.
I'd say it would be tennis.
Wait, yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. No, I can definitely see that.
There's one official on the pit. There's one person that's doing that. So I see it.
But I mean,
that's
and it's so much easier because it's only 2 players. Like it's not, or 2 or
Exactly.
2 or 4, but whatever.
And there's already historical precedents for it
There's
from
people on the board.
a computer standpoint too. Pong was the first base computer game.
True. Very true.
Nice.
Yeah.
He should have
Well played, Phil.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Phil should have put some context in this question. Sports doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sports doesn't matter.
That's hard because when you think about it, all these sports are pretty fast paced. You can maybe make the argument for baseball, but I think on the baseball part of it, what I like that they've done, at least in like the fall leagues and in some of the minor leagues, they allow batters or pitchers to challenge a ball or strike call. Like, have you guys ever seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like if there's a pitch that's questionable, maybe the batter doesn't agree with it, he'll tap his helmet that he wants to challenge. I think you get like 1 challenge per at bat or something. And they quickly go to a computer system. They decide, oh, he was right, ball or strike, and the at bat moves on. Like, that's something that I think Major League Baseball could use. But the human element of it, as far as like save, out, with the challenge system in place, I think baseball has it right. Now,
But the NFL and baseball are both ran still by ancient old men.
Yeah.
Ancient old white men specifically who don't
I'm not
want
saying baseball's
to
without flaws. There are some plays in baseball that should be reviewable. Like, was that a foul tip? We saw 2 of those in the playoffs that they're not reviewable. How the fuck are those not reviewable?
That's what I'm saying. It's the playoffs. Everything should be reviewable. My fucking uniform should be reviewable. What the fuck, dude?
So that's something to be considered. But for the NFL, for it to be robotic, there's just no way, because people get away with holding all the time. You know, if you allow,
Well, there's holding on every single play.
exactly, if you allow robots to do it, the game will take 5 hours.
Yeah, every
You have
play.
penalties left and right. So
They'll call like everything. Like it'll be a little. Yeah.
Okay. Well, fact checking is complete. The year that they did the interference calls, out of all of them that were done, just 5 were overturned by
5
challenges.
are overturned. Okay,
That's insane.
So,
you never heard about.
so
that.
that's still 90% of like all interference calls. That's crazy.
Nuts. I really thought it was 0 because I never heard about one of them getting overturned. So
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember. I'm glad you fact checked. I remember some of them were, but I think JC, to kind of counter your point. I mean, maybe that's what you meant to say because of the collusion. It still helps your point. Is that it worked too well?
Yeah,
it worked too well, and it showed too many mistakes. And they're like, no, we can't have this.
yeah. So leave it in the hands of
really
like a
what I think.
central office, which is what the NHL and the NBA does for any sort of thing like that, and that's how you do it. So, you know, that's the way I would go with it. All right.
Ooh, speaking of soccer, SAFC is in the semifinals of the conference playoffs.
Otra vez. They should
Okay.
win. That's pretty awesome.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, moving on.
All right. Moving on. Let's talk a little bit of NBA. This season is kicked off. Would you believe that James Harden actually showed up for work?
Told you would.
Yeah, but he's not traveling with the team for their opening 2 games because he showed up a little bit too late.
Big surprise.
Yeah, big surprise there.
Shocking.
So,
He'll lose money. He
Didn't
lose
see that coming.
as we mentioned, the Wemby Mania is sweeping San Antonio here. Spurs are actually up by 4 on the Mavericks right now.
He's off to a great start too. He's
Yeah,
off to a great start.
Good. So, it's going to take some time. I think the Spurs will get at least to the play-in portion of it, but I don't know if they'll make it into the playoffs. But I expect them to get to the play-in part of it. From what I've seen, just from so far, one half of basketball for the preseason, this team looks a little bit more confident, just having that experience under their belt. You know, they're a real young team last year, but I think they'll do much better this year. How interested are you guys in the in-season tournament that's happening next month?
What is there a number less than 0? I feel the same. I feel the same way as the NBA players. Like none of the players are excited about it. None of them are happy about it. They're actually embarrassed. They're embarrassed, and now people are laughing. Like, is this how LeBron is going to pass up MJ? Just getting little in-season rings? Like what is that going to count for?
Right.
It's gonna be.
It's
It's
like
gonna
a
be
bonus
your.
to the players if they win or something. Like they get like a monetary bonus or something like that. So
It's embarrassing.
This seems ridiculous. Absolutely
who's-
ridiculous.
Who gets invited to the tournament?
everyone
Like, how-
plays basically. They've drawn all the teams into a random groups of 5 teams each, right? 3 on the West, 3 on the East. And basically every Friday in November, you're going to, during your course of your regular season game, you're going to play every team in your group one time. And then the top team in each group plus the highest rated second place team basically is going to go to a single elimination 18 bracket that's going to take place the first week of December.
Well, I hope Golden State wins that way because Paul can get his ring.
I don't think they get a ring for this. It's just like a monetary bonus or something like that.
It's embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah, this whole thing's just a big money grab from
That's
the
essentially
NBA.
what it is. No one really cares about the NBA until after Christmas anyway. When you think about it. So,
they're like, oh yeah, you hate the All-Star game? Watch this. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that's another change. The All-Star game is going back to the East versus West format this year.
as it should.
Yeah.
Like if I want to watch
That's the way it's
football,
been, and that's
Yeah,
no,
should be
if I
that.
want to watch street ball, watch street ball. Like the whole LeBron's picking people. Oh, cool. Oh, Giannis picking people. Oh, cool. No, man. East and West. Those are the Jordan days, even the Kobe days. East and West, pride on the line,
bingo.
and let them actually fucking play. And tell them, hey, if you're not going to play, you're not getting picked to the All-Star game. So if you're picked to play, you better goddamn play. Not trick shots and I'm going to throw it across half court and nah, man, play.
That's what it's going to turn into. No one's going to really care to play the game until the fourth quarter anyway. That's how it always is, you know. I don't
It
really
used
know
to
if
be
there's
the
a
way,
set
though.
way
They
you
used to
can
like-
change the
they used to
All-Star
play.
game. Yeah, no, they'll play at least.
It goes the same way as the Pro Bowl. It's just kind of what it is.
Mhm.
Like they're not
Which
going
is
to go out
also
there and
hate.
risk hurt.
Which is also, people hate that too.
They changed that too,
Yeah.
didn't they? Like it's now basically flag
I
football
hate
and
the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why?
Dodgeball's
Why?
the best part of Pro Bowl week, to be honest with you. When they play dodgeball against each other. It's the best part.
the Nickelodeon
That's true.
probably the best part.
Yeah, they
Wow.
just have the players actually fucking play, and they don't. If they don't play, if they review the tape and they don't actually play, they don't get picked again. Because it's embarrassing. They have to force people to like what they do. Like, oh, I don't want to get hurt, motherfucker. You're playing a high contact sport. What do you mean you don't want to get hurt? What do you mean you
Yeah,
don't want to get hurt?
rules they
They
instituted
don't-
this year, he's mentioning it.
Just don't play.
The
And
load
don't play.
management rules. You know, honestly, all this is really
Yeah.
going to do is
The
people
Kawhi
are
rule?
going to lie to get on the injury reports. If they want to rest a player, they can't say rest or something, or they'll suit a player up and he's not going to play very many minutes. Like, what are you really going to do? He suited up, he started, he sat. Or they're just going to say he's out due to soreness. That's all they're going to say. Like, the way you read, like, you wanted them to players to play more often and do this and that. You have a fucking 82 game schedule, you know? Now, yeah, this is not the same as it was in the 80s and 90s where everyone tried to play every game. I get that. So, but
But there's a middle ground though. There's
there
gotta
is
be
a middle ground. Yeah. So,
Like you know what it is? It's you remember Isaiah Thomas from the fucking not the Pistons one, the one on the Celtics.
yeah.
That's what every
Yeah.
NBA player is afraid of. Notice that if you go back in time, there was no load management until Isaiah Thomas was playing. He got hurt, and then Boston promised him this big contract. He got hurt again, and then you saw the rest of his career. Like he just picked out money. He worked hard. Every player is afraid of that. They're afraid of the team doctors. That's why Kawhi was such a big deal, because he was the first player to stand up to the NBA doctors and say, "Am I really okay? Or are you just forcing me to come out of it?" Did Kawhi handle it perfectly? Absolutely not. But he wasn't wrong in theory, because an actual medical doctor should not have bias. A team doctor is always going to have bias because they want you to go out there and play. They're not thinking about your whole career. They're thinking about that night on that team. They're not thinking about where you're going to be 5 years from now, which you might not be with them. So they shouldn't even have team doctors. They should honestly have like unbiased doctors who are just paid by the NBA. It's like, hey, is the player actually hurt or not? No bias, no nothing. And that would solve a lot of that load management, because the players can start trusting doctors again. When you're blowing off the team doctor and you have outside influences, like, it's not necessary.
Yeah. You know, and it's funny you mentioned the Kawhi thing. The Spurs were really the first team to kind of do this whole load management thing, right?
Yeah.
As Tim Duncan got
Yeah,
older,
allow it.
you know, the Spurs got
Tim
scheduled
Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili getting sent home, I think was
for
the
against the
first
Heat
thing.
when it was supposed
Yeah.
to be like a big
Oh, yeah.
national TV.
marquee matchup. Yeah.
And the Heat barely beat the Spurs that day too.
And they got in a lot of trouble for that. They got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, but my
Sure
issue
did.
with that is like David Stern fined the Spurs for that, and it was like, well, fuck you. It was another reason for me to hate David Stern. But you had nothing that said they had to play. You know, I mean, what requirement was there? Like you just made up a rule on the spot.
And I get it. Listen, they're like Jason Tatum. As much as he's a Boston Celtic, and I hate him, I only hate the team he plays for because I agree with him 100% what he says. And Kobe had the same thing. There might be a family who can't fucking afford today's NBA ticket prices. They saved up all their money to come see me play. I'm gonna go out there and break my neck to play. Dames like that. Fucking there's some people that like Derrick Rose was like that, right? There's some people who were just like, I don't want to get touched because like I'm made of glass and I know I'm made of glass. And there's some people who were just like, no, fuck that.
Kawhi.
Exactly, Kawhi, right? So yeah, I get it. It's a rock and a hard place, but we're not even looking at the middle ground. Like I don't like that load management. They probably Jason Rapper really should have got in trouble for that. It was a bit weird because what if people saved up their money for that? Like, oh fuck, that's like a championship match, right?
Yeah, and I get that, especially when like on the East only plays the West teams. You play them like twice a year, once over there, once here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're gonna have high profile matches like that or high profile games like that, don't schedule them on back to backs.
Oh, agree.
The biggest issue.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, right. The back to backs is killer for the amount of travel that goes into the NBA schedule. And
players say that, saying if you're going to extend the season, don't extend the game, extend the actual season. Like give us a break between games, and I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. Nobody rational will disagree with that. The NBA doesn't have to be start and stop by a certain time.
Yeah, and I think the season's too long as it is, honestly. Like I've said it for years. I think 82 is way too much, but they like money, right? So when the years you've had the short schedule, whether it's the couple lockout years, those games mattered more, right? You know, and so maybe you shorten it up. Who knows?
You keep it, but my theory is you keep the same amount of games. You extend how much time is in between these games.
Yeah,
like maybe it's like the NFL where you're lucky you're made to play twice a week, maybe. Because NBA is a lot more physical than it gets credit for.
Yeah, and I like the way the NHL does it. Like every team at some point in the season gets a quote unquote bye week. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but obviously everyone has the All-Star break, but everyone has essentially a 7-day period where they don't play any games. So it's a great way to recuperate, you know.
Right.
And it's good or bad because if a team's on a hot streak, you know, that sort of thing. But you know, there's just so much the way the NBA is played. I don't see why they couldn't do something like that. You kind of pseudo get that with an in-season tournament. Like everyone else who doesn't make the tournament gets a little bye week, if you will. So
the exact same amount of games. You just extend it another month, and you just have to let people rest in between them. Like I want to. Again, I'm in a good example. Every year I go to watch the Spurs and the Knicks with Maria. She's a Spurs fan and a Knicks fan. Every year. Last year I went. Brunson was out. Barrett was out. So it's like that's the one time I get to see my Knicks play because they only come to San Antonio once a year, and I wouldn't want everybody as healthy as possible. What do I gain as a fan for back to back? They're not fucking playing at home, and even then, why would I not want them at 100%? So I have to watch even Brunson playing up to watch him look around. Like it's just so bad.
Just reminds me of my childhood. Like how much of a hard ticket was it to get whenever Michael Jordan was in town? The one game a year he was in town. So.
Insanely.
Yes. And that was in the Alamo Dome, too. So
I saw him 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that all being said, who do you have coming out of the East and who you have coming out of the West? Lori, we'll start with you.
Okay. My finals, I will confidently say the Bucks get there for the East. And the West, I think it's Denver again. I don't think anybody in the West did anything to topple Denver. Like Phoenix got smaller with Bradley Beal. It's cute. It's cool. But have you seen that Jokic guy? Like,
yeah,
he's shitty on
Yeah,
a top 3.
he's pretty good.
80 is a top 3 still, you know, center forward, wherever the fuck you want to classify him as in the NBA. And you have like, how do you beat Denver? So my prediction is Denver over the Bucks. Sadly, even though I'd love the Bucks to win, I don't even know if they have enough to beat Denver in the best of 7. I would hope they do. But I'm not sure. I think Dame honestly is the missing piece.
Yeah, I'll agree. I have Denver over Milwaukee as well. You said it. The Nuggets just got better. Like no one really did anything. Like everyone was like, seems to think, oh my god, Denver won one. Ah, they're not going to do it again. No, they're just as good as they were last year. Like, and that was a young team last year too.
Yep.
So, this is the beginning of something up there in Denver. So. It's funny when they legalized marijuana, everybody started getting good on all their sports, you know. So,
It's crazy.
yeah, but yeah, I like how
Wonder
Denver's
what
set
happened.
up. I like how that. I think they have the roster to beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series. So,
Barring injury, I don't know who beat the team in the best of 7. I really don't. I know they showed the Lakers last year, but even then, the Lakers games were all close.
Yeah.
But I just don't know who actually beats that team. I'm thinking again, the Bucks can do it with Dame because if Chris Middleton's healthy, if Giannis is healthy, and then you got Dame, I don't know how you guard that team. I really truly don't know how you guard that team. But again, you can say the same thing with Denver. That they were a very good team with Jamal Murray and Joe King. And the missing piece was actually Aaron Gordon. When they added him from Orlando, that was wrong. And that didn't get enough coverage like I thought it should have done because Aaron Gordon was a former All-Star. So I don't get it. Oh, and Michael Porter Jr. Remember was the 15th overall pick and like he was like hurt the first year, so nobody wanted him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a super fucking stupid starting five that just doesn't get respect. They're gonna be like the Spurs. They're gonna win a bunch of shit and like they're just not gonna get the respect they deserve until like 20 years later.
Rob, who do you think it's gonna be?
I'm just gonna throw shit out there just because everybody said the exact same thing right now. I think Phoenix has a good shot at it. Adding Bradley Beal to Booker and Durant actually does spread the floor and opens up an offense. So I'm gonna give them a shot at taking down Denver this year.
They did get
Again, it comes down to health. Like if whoever's healthier going into those last couple weeks, that's gonna be the team that wins.
They are the only team to take 2 games off Denver last year.
Yeah.
So 1 game away.
The East, you still have Milwaukee, I guess.
Yeah. There's no one taking Dame and Giannis. No.
Yeah. Miami won an incredible run. I know Boston got Porzingis, and that's cool. But as a Knicks fan, I know the motherfucker plays all season. So, on paper,
they got him for like 50 games or so.
Right, exactly. If you have him helping the playoffs, then we'll have a different conversation. But
who might be a surprise this year? Washington.
Out for me the playoffs, but because I was talking about this with my partner last night. Did you watch the preseason? How fucking hilarious it was. It's NBA street ball. It's nothing but Poole and Kuzma just jacking up shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
It's fun to watch.
They're definitely fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Them scoring points is how they're going to do it. They're not going to play any defense whatsoever.
But really though, if you're
I know that.
If you're an NBA coach, how afraid are we of like fucking if their best 2 players are Poole and Kuzma? I'm not scared. Shoot it, motherfucker. Shoot it. You're not
at all.
I don't know.
They're good.
I mean, Kuzma's made some adjustments. He's definitely, and of course, this is me being biased because Kuz was a Laker at
No, he's gotten better. He's gotten a lot better.
He's
if
definitely more
consistent. Played now, he never would have got traded.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. He's a lot better. I just don't think I think their ceiling is maybe missing the playoffs. Hell, the fucking Kings can very much win it all too. They were playing unbelievable last year.
I don't know. Like from watching preseason stuff, I think Washington has got a young crew that might surprise people this year. So, anyways.
Phil,
Are we disrespecting the OKC? Because they actually have Chet playing now, and they were like ridiculously good, and they actually beat a lot of the top 2 teams last year.
Yeah, but no one paid attention.
Yeah.
But now they have Chet. Who, even if the ceiling is like 15-10, that's a very good ceiling to have.
It is what it is.
Sleeper.
Anyway, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, go Phil. What you got?
So I can't speak intelligently on this too much, so I'm just going to say Spurs in the West.
Nice. Wemby era.
We'll go Celtics in the East.
Oh, classics. Okay.
If we get there, Wemby's rookie season, shit, that'd be crazy.
That'd be dope. That would be dope. Not gonna happen, but it'd be dope.
Yeah. It's promising with him. I just hope he stays healthy because I worry about it just because he's so tall and lanky. So he's got to get stronger to make it through a whole season. So I'm interested to see how he handles the grind of an NBA regular season. So, DJ, your picks for the NBA season?
So I got the Bucks. No big shock, I know.
What? No.
And the Nuggets. Yeah, so watching them play the Lakers yesterday, they played great. You know, I would have appreciated more defense, but you know, we can't sit here and say the Lakers don't have shooters. They've got shooters.
They toyed with them.
But exactly, they were playing with them in the fourth quarter. Once the fourth quarter started, the game was already over. And then, of course, you know, I mentioned this earlier. When you have a guy like AD, who when he's playing with his A game, he's a top 3 player, but we just don't know how often you're going to get that and how often you're going to see it. Or when you have instances like last night where you don't see it, 0 for 6 from the field, and you don't go to the free throw line once. So when LeBron's off the court, they're minus 19. Like he's literally handing you the Lakers franchise. Like, I brought you here to pass the torch to it, and AD must not want it. And if he does want it, he has a funny way of showing it with performances like that.
He showed it anyway, and then he just cashed out. That's it. 2020, the bubble, that was their title.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hey, here's some money. Here's your contract. Here you go. Boom. And then it's like, okay, cool, I have my money. Now I'm not going to do it anymore. You know, Denver's great, and they're going. I see them going back to the championship. But quite frankly, I think they're going to repeat and get another title because all Denver did, they just said, you know, let's run it back. And Murray's back, Jokic's back. They just brought back all their pieces that they used to win the championship last season, and they're literally going to do it again. I don't know who's going to beat them.
There's nothing worse than a team who wins a championship and don't feel respected.
Yeah,
and that's Denver. Like,
that's
they're gonna,
Denver, you know.
I think they just take a giant fucking shit on everybody and
everyone.
Anybody should be talking shit about them, and they don't. They only talk shit to the Lakers because again, it was the media. It was the media so much saying, "Oh, what about this? What about that? What about this LeBron guy?" And LeBron did that shit on purpose. So if you want to blame anybody, LeBron literally said, "I might retire" when he fucking lost. You took the whole mystique, the attention, the flair from Denver beating you and just saying, "Hey, they were the better team this year, GG's," right? Like, because if someone would have did that shit to LeBron, he would have been pissed. And I'm a big fan of LeBron, but I was really, really disgraceful that he announcing a fake retirement. He knows his ass ain't gonna retire. But we even talked about it on the show. Guaranteed he wouldn't retire. He wants to play with his kids. But
he got faked out of his shoes last night too, by the way.
That was complete bullshit when he pulled.
That was amazing.
And then for the media to the media is still after Denver because the media's like, "Oh yeah, Denver started this with going after the Lakers and the daddy stuff." No, man, don't be disingenuous. Like, you motherfuckers started this. LeBron ended it, and then when they finally fight back and they say, "We're your daddy," now that's all you hang on. The media is so garbage.
Imagine winning a title, and you are not the most talked about thing in the NBA. A team that you beat is.
Exactly.
Just imagine that's happening, and then.
I mean, how many times?
I know.
So yeah.
No, dynasty, literal dynasty in San Antonio, and they did great. But let's talk about this other team that didn't even make the playoffs because they're more important.
Yeah.
And the only person on the Lakers, the only person on the fucking Lakers who respected the Spurs, the sure shit wasn't Shaq, the sure as fuck wasn't Phil Jackson. It was Kobe.
It was Kobe, definitely. The only guy that ever gave Bruce Bowen props too. So, rest in peace, Kobe. All right. Final thing before we get into our picks, though, if you've been living under a rock, whether you follow college football or not, you've already heard the news about the Michigan Wolverines football team being under investigation. Something being called a sign stealing thing, but people are wondering, it's just scouting, it's just this, it's just that. A lot of reports coming out about the staffer in question for the University of Michigan who bought tickets for Big Ten games against future opponents, non-Big Ten games against potential college football playoff opponents, things like that. Something that's been going on for years, apparently. They're checking footage. Supposedly he's holding up a phone, or he's bought a couple seats where they're recording hand signs of the other sideline. So why is this an issue? Well, there is a written rule that you cannot scout in person a future opponent in NCAA college football. You cannot attend a game in person to scout a team. Basically, all your scouting has to be done through film, television, things like that.
So that means that now
That's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah. So I really hope every single college program is under investigation. Then, right? That's if that's true.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Here's my thing about this. And yes, I've gone to many a college game, Longhorns, Roadrunners, been to a few bowl games, whatever. And you always see those signs being held up with those cute graphics, right? There was a funny TikTok going around where BYU was playing TCU, and BYU is holding up signs with pictures, and the TCU band is just yelling out what the pictures are. They're like, school bus, Bluey, just whatever the hell the pictures are. They just keep yelling it over and over whenever they hold the sign up. And it's just crazy to me, like, if you don't want this in the game, why haven't you put in helmet communication the way the NFL does? Some of these college programs have so much more money than the NFL, period. Why haven't they put that in place?
What are they going to do, insult us and say they don't have the money?
Yeah, come on. Like, shit, some of these schools there, you have communication between coaches up in the booth and the ones on the sideline. Why can't you just put a similar rule in for a college football player's helmet? Why is that so hard?
You can. It's just they're not doing it, but it easily can be done. Especially like you said, with the schools that have the money that they do, and some of the schools even have more money than some NFL teams. There's no reason why. I mean, Alabama.
Nick Saban is the highest paid. He's the highest paid.
Exactly.
Highest paid public service employee in the country. He literally is.
Nick literally is. His salary is ridiculous. So are you telling me that Alabama can't afford to do that? So I mean, there's no reason why they don't. They're just not doing it. There's not a reason why they're not. This is just not doing it, and it needs to be done. That would make this easy. But like Norris said, so every other school is under investigation too, right? Because they've all done this.
Yeah,
literally all
somebody
of them.
has.
It's the same energy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure even on the film that they get on teams, somebody's checking the sideline to see what they're signaling. Like somebody's done this at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shit, you can figure out hand signs in the middle of a game too. So.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Not hard.
Pageantry, and I don't understand what this is. This is a non-issue.
But it's become a major one.
Exactly.
It violates an NCAA rule. So, and this is apparently a rule for all sports. Like, you're not allowed to in-person scout at all for anything, which makes.
But they all do in every sport. In every single sport, they all do.
And it's not one of those conspiracy theories where it's like, well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Like, everybody can maybe know. Like, they're literally doing it on fucking camera.
Yeah.
So it's like we have police footage of a robbery, but oh no, we're not going to include that. It doesn't have to do with this. Motherfucker, it's the same crime. I swear to God, I hate these people who think of these rules. I really, really do. Like, so much. It
doesn't make any sense at all.
It makes me so angry.
Is this really
okay? Let me ask you this, Jason. So no, it's not. No, but my question is this: so, how did they find out about this guy from Michigan? Like, who tipped off the NCAA about this particular guy who happened to be somewhere? And then they were like, you know what? Yeah, let's investigate him. Oh, look, he's buying tickets.
I don't know. I'm not sure who opened their mouth about it, because if any team did, they're not coming forth publicly about it. I don't think any of their opponents have come out and said that there's no issue with what he did, right? So, although it is Michigan, I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State said something, because apparently the person in question had purchased tickets for the Ohio State Penn State place. Yeah,
exactly.
So, I don't know.
It's so stupid.
Exactly.
It's because of their staff members that they shouldn't be there. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. No one's really saying anything. Who reported it? Who alerted the NCAA about this? Ever since the story came out that person had bought tickets, those tickets apparently did go unused at the Ohio State Penn State game this past weekend too. So.
Instead of insulting fans, right? Instead of insulting really hardcore fans of just the game in general, forget about college football team, but just the game. Like people like JC who just like love the game. I'm not missing anything, right?
Yeah.
And I think Phil too. Like they should just make a letter, send it to them. You're being fined because fuck you. That's why. It's much easier. It's much easier because you don't have a reason. So just say that. Just be honest about it. Just say that you don't like we don't like you and we're fining you. And then that's an actually honest fine because that's what's happening. Because no other college program is getting finger banged like this. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's the NCAA. They're gonna just drag their feet on this, do their whole due diligence as they call it, and come down with some sort of like postseason ban or some other shit, loss of recruits or whatever hell they're gonna do. You know,
pageantry. It's fucking worse.
When you have hated rivals agreeing with you, something's up.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it's a non-issue. I'm sure there's going to be a punishment down there. But if the NCAA really wants to get rid of this in football, of people scouting in person and stealing signals and all that, just put the communication in the helmet. I'm just shocked that hasn't happened yet in college ball. Like, the technology is there. Even on the smaller schools, like the D2s and D3s. I'm pretty sure there's some nerds that attend that school that can figure that stuff out. Okay? It's not that hard. So, you know.
We have the technology. We can insult them.
Yes.
True statement.
Now, a little bit more on the college front. Army is no longer next year going to be a football independent. They are going to be moving as a football-only member of the AAC, which actually does put them in the same conference as Navy. Now, the caveat on this is that for Army and Navy, they're only in the AAC just for football. Their annual game after conference championship weekend will still be intact as a non-conference game. But if ever it happens that the way the AAC championship works is the top two teams play for the championship. If it ever happens where Army and Navy are the top two teams, they will play in back-to-back weeks. The first week for the conference championship, and the next week the annual Army-Navy game. So
That's funny.
yeah. So that's the little caveat in there. Pretty cool to see Army get in there. But, whew, boy, that is a machine. So Army-Navy game is going to be definitely good. It's kind of cool to see a service academy get in there, too, as well. So, but that's just a little bit on the conference realignment piece of it. The Pac-2, as it stands right now, is supposedly working on a scheduling agreement with Mountain West. Potentially could be the future of the Pac-12. So that's where it stands. So, all right, well, let's move on to our picks for the week, guys. Finally, pick order is going to be Rob, Phil, Nori, DJ, JC, and Chicken Wing. Of course, Chicken Wing's not here because he's still crying about his Niners, but he did send me his picks for the week as well. So
Nice.
let's start though with the Thursday night game, and well, Rob, it involves your Bucks as it is. So
Buffalo.
Tampa.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Nori hatred I want. Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, Rob. Let's see. Buffalo by 8.5, but then again, they did just lose to the Patriots.
You can ask.
What do you think,
Okay.
Phil?
Sorry about that. Just muted. Sorry about that. Bucks for the upset.
Bucks for the upset. There it is. So
Okay.
yep.
Cool.
Let's see here, Nori.
Oh, well, obviously Phil doesn't want to be in first place anymore, so thanks for that. I'm going to go with the Bills.
DJ.
Yeah, Bills for the win.
All right. I've got the Bills as well, as does Chicken Wing. So,
Nice.
all right. Sunday early games. It's one of the few times a year Dallas plays at noon. So, DJ, you're going first on this one. Your Cowboys are playing the Rams.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. The Rams running back core, their top two running backs are still hurt. They're on IR. So I expect the Cowboys to make the Rams one-dimensional and make them throw the ball, and that's what we want. With our secondary taking the ball away the way they do. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this.
All right. Is anyone picking the Rams on this one?
I almost want to, but I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna play it safe with Dallas. I can see the Dallas they lost to the fucking Cardinals, so it's not like this team is can't lose. So
If they lose to the Rams coming out of a bye week, then they're cursed against the NFC West. That's just the way I'll see it. So
That's fine.
all right, Minnesota at Green Bay, and two teams that nobody can figure out apparently. Rob, what do you got?
I'm taking Minnesota because I don't know what Jordan Love's doing over there.
All right, Phil.
Yep. Vikings, they somehow do this stuff. So, you think they're good, and then they show you again they're not. But I think
they're not. Yeah.
but I think they're in that phase right now. They're on the good. They're in the good part right now. So I'm going with the Vikings.
We are here.
Nori.
I'm only going with the Vikings because I have even less confidence in Jordan Love.
DJ.
The Packers lost to the Broncos. I'm going with the Vikings.
So it's a fair assessment, yeah.
That's very valid. Very valid.
I cannot figure this Vikings team out. I have Green Bay right now, but that might change. It just like you said, 1 week the Vikings think, oh, we're good. The next week, not so much. So, I
Just
know
remember, they're not in prime time right now.
That's true. So I gotta think on that one. Chicken Wing is picking the Vikings as well. So, all right, Atlanta at Tennessee. Wait, scratch that. It's not the Titans this week. It's the Oilers. Throwback weekend. So. I said the Titans would only win any game that was played in Nissan Stadium, so I'm going with the Oilers for this one. Anybody want to join me?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to join you.
I'll join you, and I'll guarantee the Falcons win.
Oh, that's true. Yes. No, your Falcons curse.
Then I'm going with the Falcons.
Go with the Falcons. You want a point? Go with the Falcons.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going with Falcons. 110%.
I'm definitely going with the Falcons.
Smart guys. You guys are smart.
Damn it, Nori, please
Smart.
change your pick.
Yeah.
Nope. Fuck you. I don't get to be happy. Neither do you.
Nope.
Go Titans. Titans.
It's Love You Blue this week. Oilers, bro.
Love you, Blue. Oh yeah.
You think I want mayonnaise to win? Fuck yeah, I'm definitely going for
He's
the
gonna
Titans.
start. Dude, if Mayo starts, I swear to God, you're gonna love him. If he throws for 5
Mayo and coffee.
Yes.
Gotta love it. Mayo.
He's gonna have all of Nashville
New York.
put mayo in their coffee if he wins big.
That's gonna become your official drink, Tennessee.
Yeah,
That's
the same way that Minshew was so perfect for Jacksonville, this dude sounds so perfect for Tennessee. Do y'all know what I mean by that?
Perfect fit.
I know this guy puts mayo in his coffee, which is disgusting, and his presence disgusts me. That's
Horrifying.
what I do know.
It's horrifying.
That's how I feel about the Titans too, so it works out.
So you
All right, New Orleans at Indianapolis. Rob, who you got?
I'm taking Indy as long as Uncle Rico's playing. If he keeps playing the way he did last week, then Indy's gonna be
exactly.
Yeah, dude's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick here.
Should be the Browns.
Phil.
Colts.
All right, Nori.
Until the offensive coordinator is fired for the Saints, I'm not going to pick them. I don't think for any more games because when Derek Carr is he's getting blamed. But the funny thing is, the successful plays they've had is when Derek Carr changed the play. When he's calling audibles and changed the play, and all of a sudden, the audibles, and all of a sudden they're doing good. So even though he is getting the blame, which is kind of hilarious, but yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts because Uncle Rico.
So, hold on. The Jags played the Saints last week, and Derek Carr didn't help himself by having his little hissy fits during the game either.
But to be fair, think about why he's having those hissy fits because he never did that shit on the Raiders.
Yeah, but he looked like a little whiny bitch. Unfortunately,
I agree. I agree, but I understand the frustration. I'm not saying the action justifies it, but I understand the frustration because all this guy wants to do is fucking win. He knows that team is potentially good. Yeah. But Olave is not catching fucking balls. Kamara could be being used better. The offensive coordinator, between him and Matt Canada, is just embarrassing.
Yeah, they were playing a pretty decent Jaguars team too.
Exactly. That's that's kind of like you're helping my point. Is like they know they could be better, and they're doing good against the Jags, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot by dumb shit. So the offensive coordinator sucks for the Saints. So
You mentioned.
I hope he hears this. It sucks.
You mentioned Chris Olave, however you say his name. He was arrested this week for reckless driving. Yeah,
It was
because he's sad, bro.
So
Because he's sad, bro.
yeah, so who knows? He's expected to play this week. He's cleared for now, but he might have a big game, knowing he might have a suspension coming. Who knows? So,
Well, I got to be honest. If this is the case, then what they need to do is just get a driver. Like they should send a driver to get him. That way he can get to the game. Because if he gets behind the wheel, he might get arrested again. Just throwing that out there.
They're on the road, so they should all be in a team bus anyway. DJ, who you got?
Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts as well, but Chicken Wing has the Saints.
Well, good. You didn't need a point anyways.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what he's looking at, but that's fine.
All right.
Because this is the point where we do every season, where Chicken Wing is being in last place and he's throwing shit to the wall, hoping it sticks, because it's the opposite of what common sense says. He literally won the season doing this.
Yeah. All right. New England at Miami. Another division matchup here for Belichick, and now it's in Miami. Miami's favored by 9.5. Does anyone pick the Patriots to win?
I mean, they just beat Buffalo. I don't know why. It's that's kind of a high spread.
That's
right.
Right.
That's a very disrespectful Fred. Who is Miami beaten? That's like so convincing. Like they're going to destroy the Patriots.
Yeah.
It's a division.
That
game.
too.
They all.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Wait, didn't Miami hose them this year already?
I don't know if they did already.
Well,
Check, but Miami has
I thought they did.
England,
I wouldn't
that's the
say
thing. Miami has a long history of beating New England, even when like when Miami had nothing to play for, the Patriots were trying to get like a first round bye, and Miami just washed them. So, there's a little history of that.
The Patriots
They did win, but it was
Patriots want to play spoiler too. They want to play that role for a while.
Yeah.
It was only a 1-score difference. It was 24-17.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they beat him this year, so yeah, it was close. So yeah, the point is we're all saying, which is correct, that the line shouldn't be that fucking high. It's way too high. Sorry.
Okay.
It's way too high. Yep.
Does anyone take
I mean, I'm
New
not
England
picking
out?
the Patriots to win,
Okay.
but the line shouldn't be that high.
All right.
Yeah.
They've already won once this year.
We're going to go.
Yeah, just go.
All right. Well, Nori, now it's your two favorite teams: Jets at Giants. Although it should be Jets versus Giants. Y'all play in the same stadium anyway. Jets favored by 2.5. Nori, what you got?
Well, I've never been to MetLife Stadium, so I'm actually going next week. This weekend, I'll be there. Wanted to do something special, me and my dad, for my 40th, and we obviously been to East Rutherford, the Meadowlands Stadium. That's what it used to be called. But ever since it got changed to MetLife a few years ago, I've never been there. So I'm looking very much forward to both of these teams playing. So I picked a great game to go to. I think the Giants pulled this off. I don't think it'd be that too big. I don't think it'd be that too big of an upset either, because like the Jets are good, but they're not great, and I think the Giants could be good, not great. So I won't be surprised if the Jets win, but I think the Giants can actually pull this off because we're starting to get a little healthy. I don't know if Daniel Jones will play again, but if we play like we did last week, like we're actually taking shots down the field and using the fucking receivers, like use Darren Waller. Why do we get him to not throw to him? And maybe DJ has a little PTSD, I'm not sure. But if DJ's healthy, you obviously play the healthy hand, right? You obviously play the healthy quarterback. Like it's dumb. Terod Taylor is a journeyman for a reason, but I think it's enough to beat the Jets without a good offensive line. Their offensive line is dog shit too, and if our defense plays like it did last week against Washington, Zach Wilson will be seeing ghosts by halftime. So I think we do just enough to barely cuck one out.
Rob?
I'm just going to say Jets because I hate the Giants. Okay, bye.
You don't hate the Giants, you fucking liar.
Out of these two teams? Sure.
Phil, what about you?
So yeah, I'm still kind of confused by who's home and who's away in this game, but
Yes.
Officially,
The Giants are home.
Yeah.
The Giants are home.
what do you flip a coin to see who gets it?
Yes.
How does that
It
work?
alternates every 4 years, but basically, yeah, all the field graphics will be Giants.
But basically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that being said,
bro, it's been this way since I'm alive, bro. It's been this way. It's weird.
You would have thought by now they'd actually move the stadium to New York too, somewhere at
No,
least.
Phil, have you ever known a greedy billionaire to want to save money? Yes, all the time. So instead of these guys, they're both billionaires.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's three of them. I'm sorry. It's Woody Johnson for the Jets. It's Steve Tisch and I forgot the other fucking jerk off's name, but for the Giants. But anyway, it's three of them. They're all billionaires. They're all billionaires. They can all have their own stadiums. They don't do their own shit. But no, they want to just keep everything together. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why the New York Jets and New York Giants have to play in New Jersey. Don't ask.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
Then I guess I'll take the New Jersey Giants for the win.
Hell yeah, Phil. Hell yeah. That's what I like.
All right, DJ.
This will be a tough game. I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to go with the Jets, primarily because of their defense, and also because Daniel Jones has not been cleared to play, and I do not trust Tyrod Taylor.
I don't blame you. It's hard. It's tough to call.
Yeah,
I don't blame you, man.
I'd give the Giants a better chance with Daniel Jones, and but the Jets
Exactly.
is just
Absolutely.
arguably the best in the league right now, and Zach Wilson's playing for the Cougars, I guess. So I got the Jets winning this one, and as does Chicken Wing as well. So, all right.
Chicken Wing has the Jets winning.
The
Giants got this.
All right.
Giants got this. Then. We're good now. Oh yeah,
Dang it.
yeah.
Wemby's showing his youth. He just picked up his 5th foul at the beginning of the 4th quarter. So he's been a problem.
Welcome to the NBA, rookie.
Exactly.
Welcome to the NBA.
Yep.
It's his lanky legs. Like, he picked up a lot of fouls on them trying to go around him. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
Little offensive screens and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
He's trying to step over there to defend, and then he hits him with his leg. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, well, you can't.
Oops.
We can't allow you to do that. So
Can't allow your foot to be there. Sorry,
really
big
hope
fella.
he dresses up as Jack Skellington.
Yeah,
for
that's-
Halloween. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. Phil, first of all, how worried are you about this game?
I'm pretty worried, to be honest with you. Kind of worried. So this is a perfect trap game for Jacksonville. These teams have a history historically because they used to both be in the East and the AFC before the South was kind of split off and created. And they play each other tough. And I have this little thing going on right now. I feel it from time to time. It's called hope. And usually when that starts to show its face, usually when I start to have that little thing called hope show up, it's kind of like a cold sore. And then it's like, there it goes. And
Like whenever you play the Titans, basically. So
yeah, historically, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Fucking historically, you're right. Not this year, but yes, historically.
all right.
So I'm taking the Jags, but this is a total trap game. What's the line on it?
Jags by 2.5
Jags by 2.
on the road.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't like this one. I'm taking them reluctantly picking the Jags.
All right, Rob.
I'm unreluctantly taking the Pittsburgh Steelers
Okay.
to upset the Jags.
All right, Nori.
This game is literally not joking, making me angry because I just don't know who to pick because the Steelers have no business winning games and they still do it.
There.
And then the Jaguars beat teams like they should beat, but then they like lose to teams that make you scratch your head. But I'm gonna reluctantly go with the Jags. I just think they're more talented.
All right.
So I got a question real quick. Which team has the longest win streak in the NFL right now?
Currently, no one.
Because I think everybody's lost in the last month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
let's see here.
Yeah.
The
So
Jaguars.
I guess whatever
lost.
team won last week would be the winner. Because everyone seems to be losing at some point.
Jags are the longest wins. No, wait, I'm sorry.
Chiefs
Six
hold the
more.
longest,
Yeah.
with
Gross.
So,
Sons of bitches.
Okay, yeah,
Taylor
Jags.
Swift.
I know Jags lost on the 24th of September, so they're just over a month.
Yeah.
I don't think almost every other team just can't say that, which is wild.
yeah, the Chiefs are the only ones that can. Crazy.
all right, DJ.
You know, I like the way the Steelers are playing right now. I'm going to pick pick the Steelers to win this game.
Yeah.
I'm using a caveat though. If Kenny Pickett continues to call audibles whenever Matt Canada gives him a play, then the Steelers have a good shot to win. But if he follows what Matt Canada says, they're not going to win. So I'm hoping Kenny understands. You know what? I can run this offense, and he just runs it.
Phil says he has hope, so I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Matt,
I know the guy.
see, so apparently you guys
Kill
learned
it.
nothing from last week.
Kill it.
Why don't you guys go take a look
Nope.
again at the standings from the picks last week?
Yeah.
See how some of those turned out.
Phil, we're
You
the
guys
sports
are
minorities.
all
We learn
against
nothing.
me.
We learn nothing.
Learning.
Yeah, but like you said, every time you get
Wait.
hope about your Jags, they always do something to fuck it up. And
Yeah, I know. It's a
So-
fucking trap game.
So,
Chicken
yes.
Wing is picking your Jags, by the way. So
Oh, even more reason not to be here.
Oh, you're dead.
Thank you,
Then, yeah,
Chicken
you're in trouble now.
You're missed.
Yeah, you're in
You are
trouble now.
missed, sir. You are
Oh,
missed.
God damn it. I'm going to pick my, change my fucking
He's not
pick now.
missed. He's not
All
missed
right.
at all.
Philly
okay.
No, he's not.
Go
division
back.
matchup: Philly at Washington, taking on the Communists. The Eagles favored by 6.5. Does anybody think the Communists beat the Eagles this week?
I mean, they almost beat him this year, didn't they?
Have they already
They
played?
did,
They
and they
really?
took them to overtime.
That's right.
The Washington
did.
always does
The
well
game- the game
against
was
Dallas and
overtime.
Philly. I don't understand. They're the only two teams
Yeah,
they
this
play
is-
well.
Exactly.
Okay, one question for you: is Philly better now that they got Kevin Byard in the secondary?
They
I mean,
got
yeah,
it cheap.
definitely.
Well,
Wow.
well, they're better, but they're better on defense. I mean, Jalen Hurts still keeps throwing picks every single fucking game. So, you if you continue to give teams extra possessions, you're eventually going to lose the game. And
But to
like
be
Tony
fair, the
said,
team has to be.
Washington teams, they hate Philly.
Yeah.
They hate Philly, like everyone does. But Washington
They
tends to
just-
play them
they
tougher
just
than
do
any
well.
other
Yeah.
team
But
they ever played.
I mean, they hate the Giants too, but they just getting dicked by them. But they do so well against Philly and Dallas, and I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Weird division things, right? So
Yeah, they
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
Okay, so when they played earlier this season, it was 34-31 Philly, but they went to overtime. I mean, who thought Washington would put up 31 points against Philly? I sure didn't.
Yeah, the way the season's gone,
I don't know, man.
like Commanders got wiped out last week by the Giants, and so everyone's going in thinking, "Oh, the Eagles are going to destroy this team," and it just would be the way the season's going. That no, it's going to be like a nail biter.
To be fair, the score,
I don't know.
the game looked a lot worse than it was. The Giants only beat them by 7, and we barely stopped them on a last hurrah fourth down drive. So it was actually we let them linger around a little too much. Washington's not that bad. They are 3-3.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. I mean, I've seen a couple of their games. They're almost there.
well, then I guess we'll
They're
go
getting
one by
there.
one. Rob, who you got?
This is tough.
I'm taking Philly.
All right, Phil.
I'm still taking Philly, but
All right.
it's a tough game.
Nori.
I want to take Washington, but just adding Baird, like
Fired.
it's like the rich got richer, man. I don't know, like.
He is
I hope-
everywhere in
I
the
did.
secondary.
I
Like the
fucking
Eagles.
I
defense is-
hope Washington wins. Like I really hope they win because it'll make me ja. But
Yeah.
I gotta pick Philly.
Okay, DJ.
I fucking hate Philly, and they got Byard, and I hate them even more because they got him. I mean, the rich get richer. They win a game, and then it's like, oh, by the way, we just added this guy, so, whatever. And it's Byard. I want Washington to win, and I think they'll make it close, but I don't know.
Come on,
My guess is
chicken,
Byard will make a big
chicken.
play,
Come on.
and Philly will win. You picked Philly too, dude.
I know. I can believe in Philly. Y'all are making it sound like there's something's gonna happen.
Don't ever say that again. You don't believe in
I
Philly.
believe in Philly to beat Washington. That's
Disgusting.
all I believe.
Okay.
That's all I.
As do myself.
We're just saying the last
Look
few
at
games
Philly.
with Philly Washington were close, Robert. That's all we're saying. But
That's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I'll take a Philly then. Final of the Sunday early afternoon games: Houston at Carolina. Texans coming off the bye, favored by
Texans.
3. Anybody taking Carolina?
they're gonna win a game this
No.
year, but I don't think it'll be this one.
Yeah, really, 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 really want Carolina to win this game.
Carolina's gonna beat the Bucks.
I was about to say that too, actually. That's yeah.
It could be.
All right, Sunday late afternoon games here. Starting in Seattle, Cleveland at after a win, heads to Seattle, but Seattle's favored by 3 on this one. So, Rob, who you got?
I'm taking Cleveland's defense.
All right.
Yeah.
Phil?
I'm taking Seattle. They're overperforming this year.
Nori?
Exactly.
This is
Probably
not
the
an
toughest
easy
one.
game at all.
Yeah, probably
This is really hard. Yeah. I think Cleveland's playing unbelievable defense. I think PJ Walker is giving them.
Enough.
I think they do just enough to barely squeak one out against Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Cleveland.
All right, DJ?
Same. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland. I think PJ Walker does a better job than Deshaun Watson, honestly, with this offense.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, no, dude, Pate.
Crazy.
Don't knock the XFL guys, man. He had the Roughnecks going good, too. So, I've got PJ Walker leading the Browns. Chicken Wing is going with King of the West, Geno Smith. And the
That's
Seattle
right.
Oh,
Chicken
that's it. We're good now.
wing.
Cleveland
We're
was
good.
wrong.
Thank you.
We're good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I'm with Chicken Wing too. I'm with Chicken Wing too.
Well, good.
I'm going.
That's good for you.
Good for
Hey,
you.
hey, you guys all
Yeah.
picked against the
Enjoy that.
Jaguars, and you all picked against the Seahawks. Remember
Yeah.
this next week. Remember this next week.
Can't
I
wait
will.
for 2
I
weeks.
certainly
will.
will.
You know what? I will remember this.
Phil,
Yep.
I
like
certainly
you
will.
said your Jags have hope. That's why I'm picking against them. 'Cause you-
I know. It's
Okay.
that's your spiteful like that. I get it. You're a funny Titans
I've
fan.
known you long enough to know when you start getting hopeful, your Jags start to shit the bed. So, all right, Kansas City at Denver. Is anybody picking against
Free.
Chicken Wing, Mike.
boyfriend?
This will be the 14th time in a row that they would beat Denver. No, of course not.
Yeah, I think we're all picking
No.
the chefs.
Impossible.
Did you guys see they brought back that commercial? They redid it with the whole chefs end zone painting thing.
What? The Kansas City Swifts? What?
No. You remember how that old commercial where a guy's riding Chiefs in the end zone, but he missed?
Oh, yeah. Chefs.
Great,
That's right.
Moogly.
Mhm.
They redid that this year, and it's Andy Reid doing. Who are the chefs? And the guy's like, "Oh, great, googly moogly." They redid that commercial this year, so pretty.
I haven't seen it. So,
So there's a Halloween decoration set up in my neighborhood. These people did. It's like a skeleton with a blonde wig, and then another one with a Chelsea jersey on it. And they give a big yard sign, like almost like they're moving, but it's not a moving sign. It's like, this house roots for the Kansas Swifty Chiefs.
Oh Jesus!
And I'm like, what? And I gotta drive past this
That's
thing
terrible.
every damn day.
That's right.
That's disgusting.
Poor guy.
It's pretty bad.
Holy crap, the Spurs are actually putting on points. What?
Yeah, was one beyond the
Yeah, look what happens when they had a great
Hey
player.
man,
Crazy.
He hasn't played much. He's only
There
played
you go.
16 minutes because he's been in foul trouble. So the guys are
Yeah,
stepping
they're still
up.
losing.
Yeah.
They're still losing.
Confidence.
Right
They're
now.
down.
it's a confidence
No, they're
builder.
down. They're down.
Okay.
They're down 5 right now.
There you go. So.
Yeah.
All right, Baltimore at Arizona. Anyone taking the Cards to beat
Yes.
the Ravens?
It would be such a Baltimore thing to play like that and then lose to Cardinals, but god damn it,
It would.
that would be such a Baltimore thing to do.
Yeah.
It literally would.
Because nobody confuses you more about how good they are than the Ravens. But I'm going to go with the Ravens.
I'm going with the confused Ravens, yes.
All right. I think we're all going with the Ravens here. And then final Sunday late afternoon game. Cincinnati heads to the Bay Area to take on the 49ers. Chicken Wing is picking his 49ers to break the win streak. Now, we'll note that Brock Purdy is in concussion protocol right now, and he's not at this point.
Sam Darnold will be starting.
Yes. So, Rob, you go with
Taking
Sam Darnold or
Cincinnati.
Joe Burrow? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Cincinnati.
Phil?
Cincinnati.
Nori?
Eh,
The 49ers look very ordinary without Trent Williams. Forget about Brock Purdy. They look very ordinary without Trent Williams. I don't know if he's going to play or not. That'll actually factor in my decision. But right now, if he's still hurt and Purdy is in concussion protocol, I'm going to go with the Bengals.
All right. DJ?
Same thing for the same reasons.
Honestly, whether they had Williams or Purdy on this one or not, 2 in a row, and the Bengals have had 2 weeks to prepare for this one. I'm going with Cincinnati. So,
Word.
All right. Sunday night game. Chicago heads to LA to take on the Los Angeles away team. Rob, well, I guess I could ask this with the Chargers favored by 8.5. Anybody picking the Bears?
Yes.
Now, which Bears show up? Because, like, that
Is Fields-
whole...
Yep.
Is Fields
Correct.
playing?
Huh?
Is Fields playing?
Yes, he was playing with the...
Did he play last week? I don't think he did.
He didn't play last week.
No.
Calm yourself, Robert.
No, he didn't play last week, but
Yeah.
that. I mean, regardless, the Chargers will Charger. That's
what I'm thinking, too.
I know. I might.
They continue to disappoint.
I mean,
Yeah, we're talking about
Continue to
just saying-
disappoint. And just when you think, you know what? Hey, we've got some talent here. We've got Mike Williams is back. Oh, we've got this going, and then you lose again.
I
Yeah,
just
this game is nationally televised. It's nationally televised. The Chargers
I
are
am-
going to Charger.
it's
I,
a way for
I-
Tyson Bagent to show up and show the world, right? So,
I don't think I've lost yet on picking the Bears this year, so I'm going to go with the Bears again.
boy. All right.
Oh,
I feel it. I feel it. This is the Chargers in primetime. No, Phil hit the nail on the head. This is the Chargers in primetime. Nobody charges like the Chargers. I just like until they can like,
Dallas almost
good like they
outcharged
should.
the Chargers.
Yeah.
Almost.
but they didn't. That's the point. They didn't.
But they
So-
didn't. Almost.
Yeah.
So do we have an
Wishful
answer on
thinking,
Fields?
but-
Whoa.
I don't think.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Fields is not playing, but this Tyson Bagent guy, 21 to 29, 162 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers. I mean, you could beat the Chargers with that. I think anybody can beat the Chargers.
You're right. The Chargers
If the
charging.
Chargers
So
win,
we're
they
going to take
can
Chicago.
take Yeah, we're going with the Bears.
Probably.
All right, we're gonna go with
6.67% of Yahoo agrees, but we're going with the Bears.
That's
yeah,
why
I'm going with the Bears too.
Oh, boy.
the Chargers are expected to charger. So yeah.
Chicory's got the Chargers.
Exactly,
I have the Chargers written down
as
right now, but
usual.
Oh, that we're good.
I put a
Oh.
star
Good.
to this, so I'm not going
I-
to.
Yeah, we're good. No, leave it.
No, we're good.
Leave it.
No, you
Yeah,
can
leave it.
leave it
Hard to go
there.
against
Yeah,
a guy
go with the
whose
Bears.
dad is a 28-time arm wrestling champion, by the way. So.
Jesus.
Goddamn right.
And finally, the Monday night game, Las Vegas at Detroit. Nothing like a game against the Raiders to get back on track, right, Lions fans?
Yeah.
Taking the Raiders to beat the Lions here.
That was so goddamn
No.
funny and disrespectful. That's a top 5 JC quote. There's just nothing like playing the Raiders after a bye week to get. Playing the Raiders after
To get back
after a
on track.
loss to get back on track. That's a JC classic quote. Add that.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so
So everyone's picking the
we're,
Lions, right?
everybody picking
So
Lions.
we're all picking the Lions, right? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. No way.
This is the highest
I mean, I don't
confidence
think
game of the week.
yeah, and I don't think anybody has a compelling case
Yeah.
to pick the Raiders. Like, go for it. I don't see it.
All right.
Nope.
All right. Good job, everyone. That was
Holy
our pick
crap!
of
The
week.
Spurs are only down one.
Well, Wemby got back in the game, so he's just got to get that last foul. So here we go. So
Is he on 5? Oh yeah, he's on 5.
yeah, he's on 5. That's why he's sat.
Mhm.
Oh, he just hit a 3.
What time? Hey, what's your clock show on your game?
5:11.
Mine's 5:45. So I'm a little
Oh, you're
Okay,
up
I'm behind. I'm behind. Then I'm at like 6 minutes right now.
Oh,
Fubo
Yeah,
TV
it's
for
a-
me. So
close game, bro.
all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this week on the Sports Monitors podcast. If you don't like our picks, so we don't give a shit. Why are you trusting us, right?
Then fuck
That's
you.
For analysis, yeah. So
Exactly. I was going to say, yeah.
yeah.
Fuck off
So-
then.
All right, next week we will recap how we did, make our week 9 predictions, and have, I believe these are our final bye week report cards of the season. San Francisco and
Francisco,
Jacksonville are on a bye
yeah.
next week. So, yep.
Oh snap! Spurs took the lead. Okay, sorry.
Well, you're spoiling it for me. That's fine. I'll enjoy it when it comes around.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, thanks. All right, once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Go Spurs. Go Avs, who are undefeated so far in the season, looking good. And those will be back. Nothing to worry about. So, joining me, we got.
I'm Nori. I'm not a hopeful Giants fan, but I can't wait to be at MetLife. I'm going to be probably really happy either way because I wouldn't mind losing to the Jets too much because I have a special love for them this year. So,
Dude, enjoy it,
I'm
man.
looking forward to it.
NBA games are fun. So, is this your first NBA game? Or NFL game, excuse me?
NFL game.
no. I went to Giants games often as a kid. I just haven't been to MetLife.
Ah, okay.
Ever since they converted to the new $1 billion stadium, yeah, I just haven't been there.
All right, cool. Enjoy it.
I've been to Texans games a few times. Yeah, I've been to a lot of football games.
Okay. Nice.
And this is Rob, the Lions fan. Screw y'all with that other team. Also, good luck SAFC this Friday with their playoff games against Sacramento.
Good evening, DJ here, Cowboys fan. And since Mike's not here to sign off, let's just give him a warm fuck you that he can catch when he gets back here next week.
Yes.
And this is the hopeful Jags fan, Phil. And if you don't like my picture, wrong. The record says so.
They're gonna lose this weekend
Again,
because you said
hope.
that. Because you're the hope.
He has hope, fellas.
Well, we're gonna have mercy.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you next week. See you. Hopefully, we did better because we can't do any worse yet.
That's good. That's damn near rock bottom. Damn near.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at SportsMinorPod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
I still can't believe, of all things, Michigan is getting fucking investigated for just showing up to games, but nobody will investigate the refs. What kind of backwards ass world is this? I don't understand.